Hello, my name is John Maxwell, and I'm excited to be with you today and offer you this three-part video teaching series, A Leader's Path, in which I will reveal the three key principles to drive influence, make an impact, and produce an income that will add value to you. You know, my calling is to create and develop resources which add value to other people. In doing so, I've written over 52 books on leadership. I speak to Fortune 500 companies all over the world, and I've equipped and trained more than 5 million leaders worldwide so they can add value to other people's lives. I developed this series to help develop leaders. These teachings will be beneficial to you if you are a person who lacks the trust and credibility with others in order to become a person of influence, or you may have been striving to better yourself or make a difference in the world, but you've been unable to crack that code yet. Or maybe you are missing access to the tools, training, and resources necessary to support your success and increase your income. Well, I'm here today to share with you the secret, which is influence drives income. In this three-part series, A Leader's Path, you'll become confident to be the very best both in your personal life and your professional life. I will equip you with the knowledge to change your future and to help others do the very same thing. I'm also going to help you take the first step of to start enjoying a career or a profession that you really want, instead of doing what you have to do and earn the income you deserve. And to accomplish all of this, you will realize the unique benefits of belonging to a successful team to support you along the way. I want you to think of me as your partner. I get the greatest kick out of serving and providing value to others. This three-part video is about inspiring action. You're going to be challenged. I'm going to share as much in this series as I can during this limited time together, and then I promise I will show you how you can get more or take it further. Now today I want to share with you this first teaching lesson on going from me to we. 30 years ago, if you would have gone into a bookstore to pick up a book that would help you to become successful or to help you to build a successful business, you wouldn't have picked up leadership books. You would have gone in and you would have found management books. Because you see, 30 years ago, people were trying to manage a business. Peter Drucker, of course, who has helped so many of us, was the great management guru, and pretty much we were saying, I just got to get my hands around this and manage the people and manage the business. That would have been 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago if you got into a bookstore. All of a sudden, the management books became less on the bookshelves, and the leadership lessons and the leadership books began to increase. We went from management to leadership, and there's a reason why. You see, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, you could manage a business, but then life began to go at such a rapid pace and change began to occur so quickly that you had to get in front instead of just stay with it. And the only way that you can get in front of a business is to learn how to lead a business and learn how to lead people. So we went from management, which basically assumes everything's going to stay the same, to leadership, which assumes that everything is going to change. Something interesting is happening now. We are now going into what I would call almost a third phase in the bookstore, and that is team leadership. We're discovering that life is going so fast and business is changing so quickly that we really need people around us, a team. We need to go from me to we in our direction and our vision and our leadership. In other words, it's going so quickly, one person basically can't do it. And so I need you, and I need a group of people around me that can think with me, that will add value to me, that will not compete with me as much as they will complete me. And that's why I'm so excited to teach this wonderful concept that really came from my friends Kouzes and Posner in their book, The Leadership Challenge, how to move and how to go from me to we. Because you see, if you have the vision yourself, but you do not have the ability to share the vision and get buy-in to that, I promise you, you'll never be successful in reaching the vision. That's why in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I teach the law of buy-in. And the law of buy-in says people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. So to get the vision from me to we, I've got to get, one, people to buy into me, and then I have to buy into the concept that I need other people. It's not enough just for you to buy into me as a leader. I've got to buy into you. Team leadership, going from me to we, is all about buy-in. You buy into me as the leader, and I buy into you as a person that can be a part of my leadership team, that you can go alongside of me, that you can help me, that together we can do a lot more than I could ever do on my own. I wrote a book several years ago titled The 17 Laws of Teamwork, and one of the laws is the law of significance, which basically says one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. The reason I need to go from me to we is because I can't achieve greatness on my own. Neither can you. But it is true that teamwork makes the dream work. In the 17 laws of teamwork, I also have the law of Mount Everest, which says as the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. In other words, the higher the challenge, the bigger the problem, the more important it is for me to have a team around me. If I'm just going to climb a hill, I can just put on my sneakers and get up the hill. But if I'm going to climb Mount Everest, I cannot do it by myself. Neither can you. When the challenge is huge, you got to have a team. So the reason to go from me to we is because there are many things in life I cannot accomplish by myself. You cannot accomplish by yourself. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is quite simple. Am I willing to kind of expand my challenge, and am I willing to go to a new level? And if the answer is yes, I am willing, trust me, I must take people with me. I need you, you need me, we need to be together. I had the privilege for several years of having the great UCLA college basketball coach John Wooden mentor me. He taught me so many things, but I can remember one day being in his home and we were just sitting down and we were talking about leadership and teams, and he said, John, he said, there was one question I asked myself every day when I led my team. He said, every day I would think of the UCLA Bruins basketball team, and every day I would ask myself the question as a coach, as a leader, how can I help my team get better? And he said, I did with great integrity, asked that question, and I kept searching for answers. And every time I could think of another way to tweak the team and help the team and lift the team, he said, I would implement it, I would bring it there. And I constantly was doing my best to every day make the team better. And the reason he said I did that is because I asked myself the question every day, how can I make the team better? Now here's what I want you to catch. This is very important. If you every day ask yourself the question, how can I make my team better? And you really do your best to fulfill that question by answering it, by doing all the things you can as a leader to make your team better. If you consistently ask yourself, how can I make my team better? Every day you ask that question, guess what? Someday, you're going to look at your team and you're going to say, my team is making me better. There is a huge return in investing in others. You invest, you sow, you give, you share, you tweak, you work, you lift. You do all the stuff that you can to make your team better, and they slowly get better, and they slowly climb, and they slowly rise, and they slowly begin to complete your life. And then one day, all of a sudden, it hits you. You've been working every day to make them better, and one day you realize they're making you better. That's what I call the great return of teamwork. That's what I call the rewards of going from me to we. And now I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to identify your inner circle. Sometimes people ask me what was the most important business decision I ever made in my life, and I tell them the most important business decision that I ever made in my life was to pour my life into my inner circle, because as the law of the inner circle and the 21 laws of leadership teaches us, those who are closest to you will, not might, no, not maybe, They will determine your success. And everyone in your inner circle, they have two buckets. One's filled with gasoline, one's filled with water. And when there's a fire, there's a little spark of problem, a contention going, and it needs to be attended to. Those inner circle members have those two buckets, and they either throw gasoline on that little bit of fire, and when they get done with it, you got a huge problem. Or they take the bucket of water and throw it on the fire, and it's nothing but a wisp of smoke, and life goes on. You see, you and I are most vulnerable by the people that are the closest to us. So you say, John, if they are so important in my life, how do I know who they are? And I share with you 4 things that I look for in my inner circle, and I want you to think about these 4 things and look for these 4 things as you begin to develop your inner circle. One is compatibility. I want to be compatible with the people that are closest to me. I want to like them. I want them to like me. I really don't want to have somebody in there that just isn't kind of like on my wavelength, isn't part of my DNA. Compatibility is important. Experience is important. I found that nothing replaces successful experience, and so therefore I want to bring somebody around me who has done it and has done it well and has done it well long enough that when they come on my team, they're used to doing it well. So they're going to help me because they've had some successful experience under their belt. Number 3, like values. I want to get somebody that has the same values that I have. You see, I learned a long time ago that vision may tell you where you're going, but values are the soul, the energy that gets you there. And so therefore, if we have the same values, the odds are that we'll be able, as an inner circle, to achieve and be the people that we want to be and be the team that we want to become. So I'm looking for somebody that has like values, somebody that is compatible with me in that area. And number 4, loyalty. Just somebody that cares for me and will watch my back as I watch their back. Loyal enough to me that they care for me, that they'll tell me the truth. But at the same time of telling me the truth, they'll always be in the same foxhole with me, fighting the same battles. Now, those are 4 little simple ways that I kind of look for my inner circle and kind of begin to pick them and bring them around. What I would share with you is take those 4, maybe add a couple of yourself, or make your own. That's okay. But begin to shape shape your inner circle by the 3 or 4 things that you know that you must have, non-negotiables, to let them become close to you. Now, in my second video lesson of this 3-part video series, A Leader's Path, I can't wait to add even more value to you by condensing my entire 262-page best-selling book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect, into a power lesson. We all know that saying, talk is cheap. Everyone does that. The question is, how can you make your words matter and influence any outcome? How can you really connect with others? It is a skill anyone can learn. Yes, anyone can learn. And I will teach you this in my next video. Stay tuned.